Welcome to my channel. It is LadiesMan858 and today we're going to be discussing whether or not Orisa can replace Reinhardt. This is the main topic that's been happening since Orisa came out. She came out about 2 weeks ago for live, then she came out a week afterwards for comp. I think that was really smart when it came to Blizzard because it gave people the chance to practice her and really understand her before going straight into comp and screwing over their SRs or possibly other people's SRs. Now the problem with Orisa is she's standing in this royal gray area where she is good but isn't good. A lot of people believe now that she's terrible, but I'll explain both halves. When Ana first came out, she was very overpowered. She's still to this day a very viable pick for each team. When Sombra came out, she was underpowered and people didn't understand how to use her. A lot of people still to this day don't really think that she's good, but that's just a personal opinion. With Orisa, she kind of stands in the area where, as Jeff Kaplan puts it, she's meant to be a Reinhardt anchor tank. Where she stands right now, she's more of a Winston Roadhog Diva-ish kind of tank, where she's very selfish, but she also can help out her team. Her shield has a very small radius and a 900 health capacity. The way I seem to use it is I like to play her in attack payloads or defending payloads, because if you see me doing it throughout this entire map, I'm putting my shield next to or in front of the payload, because the payload is indestructible and my health on the shield only is 900. So I need to be attaching it to the payload so that it can survive longer. My fortify, as you see me doing it a couple times, is my left bumper on Xbox, where she turns into a golden mode and she takes 50% less damage from anybody attacking to her, only. My orb, as you see me do it as well, is a graviton pull where wherever I aim it, it'll pull enemies into that area if they're next to it. My trigger is really cool because it has 150 shots or fusion rifles, I guess if you want to call it. And I'm able to just spam the entire time. It really doesn't matter when it comes to accuracy for Orisa because you could just spam into a corner the entire time, suppress the enemy team from coming to that corner because you're shooting in it, and you're still doing a ton of damage. My ultimate, I think, is where the cake and the icing is, because it's an Ana nano boost, but in a stationary area. What I mean by that is it's like a portable device, kind of like Symmetra's shields or teleporters, but it gives everybody on my team within line of sight plus 50% damage, which I think is really good, and it helps to push, especially in maps like this, like corners or choke points. The problem with Orisa is, and I think I'll say this throughout the entire video over and over again, I'm sorry about that, she's very, very selfish. She's more along the lines of like a Winston, a Roadhog, or a Diva, whereas her shield, yes, it can defend her team, but it really only defends if you see it, because it kind of has a tiny radius and it kind of has a tiny height. So it really only defends like you and maybe a healer or a DPS if you really want to be in it. There is a kind of like a little glitch thing, like if you're too far into it, you can get shot because you're a Centaur, a robot Centaur. So you're so big that you're even bigger than your shield that you can get hit by that, which kind of sucks. So you have to be a little bit back more. Her fortify, this is how I believe it should be, and this is why I believe she can replace Reinhardt. If her fortify were able to do an AoE radius like Lucio and defend her team as well, where whoever's in that radius or that circle also takes 50% less damage. But right now it stands where you survive for 12 seconds with 50% less damage. The orb can help her teammates. If you really see somebody like running away from your team or somebody trying to screw over your team, just orbit, pull them out the way, or pull them into your team. You see Diva right now, what she's doing. She's surviving the entire time, defending every damage and everything thrown at her because she pretty much has a no cooldown defense matrix. Orisa cannot do that. Orisa can really only survive for 900 of the shield's health and 400 of her own health. Yes, 200 of it is shields and 200 of it is regular health. But again, she's very, very selfish. I am the only tank on this team. I am a higher diamond, low master ranking. So I have also spent about, I want to say 7 hours playing Orisa since she's come out. So I think I'm doing the best that I can by myself to defend my team. But I think you'll notice something special, and this is where I think Orisa shines when it comes to being the only anchor tank, air quotes as Blizzard has put it. She shines where if you have a dive comp kind of team. I think I showed you already by hitting the back button technically on Xbox. My team is very DPS wise, where even my healers are very low health healers. Whereas we're moving and pushing the entire time. It's more along the lines of a dive comp. We're always moving from point to point to point to point. So that's where Orisa shines, where I can put my shield and myself in, let's say, a corner and defend that corner for about a couple seconds, then move to the next area wherever I feel like moving with my team. Whereas Reinhardt kind of sits still in like one spot for as long as he really wants to. A really good Reinhardt, I've seen amazing, usually you'll see this, I've seen it, usually you see it with higher ranks. They'll understand that Reinhardt is a pretty much unkillable tank, that he could just keep pushing and pushing and pushing with no problem and just doesn't have to sit still. But that's again where I think Orisa is going to shine, and I think that's where her best capabilities are, where she's pushing in attack mode and in a payload, or defending on that payload with a dive comp kind of team, where you're able to move from point to point to point in a rapid succession.
Lucio coming at you.
Now I'm playing on Anubis, and I wanted to show you this map because this is kind of where the downfall, where she kind of sucks. I am again the only tank, it's the same team, we just switched to a different map. This is her defending on attack and defend mode. She does really nothing on these kind of maps. Really does nothing. Because look how tiny her shield is. And you'll see this throughout I'm gonna spoil it if you guys already want. If you guys want to know this, I'm spoiling it. Sorry. I'm pretty much gonna sit on the top ledge over there with my Lucio and Hanzo. Because those are literally the only two people I can defend. Well, again, my team is pushing around and doing their own thing. Well, I really could only defend 3 people at most. Which kind of sucks in a way, because if you really wanted an anchor tank, you kind of needed her shield and her capabilities to defend her entire team. But you know, you gotta do what you got. This is how Blizzard wanted her to be. I don't think they intended her to be another Winston, but this is where she is. This is how she turned out. And I know they said it. They want her to be an anchor tank, but she's not. She will never be, and it sucks. It's okay, because if you pair her with a Reinhardt, you can do amazing things, because you can constantly have shields up and alternate like you would if you had a Winston or a Mei. Because the whole point of Orisa is you're complementing your team to their abilities. Whereas your shield will be helping one person or 2 people, including yourself will be 3, so that way they can shine to whatever they're doing, defending them or helping them attack. Your Fortify will help you stay alive, so you can just go in front of your team, take as much damage as you possibly can, and your team could just finish it all for you. Your Graviton will help you finish your enemy teams. Your 150 bullets will help you suppress a corner, whereas you can, like you seen it a couple seconds ago when I was shooting the front entrance and stopping the Junker from pushing. That's where I shine. This is where I shine. I am a support tank. This is where she will always be. She will never be a solo tank by herself. Yes, I know these 2 clips have been with me by myself. But again, I'm playing against enemy teams that aren't really doing tanks. So that's where she also shines. She shines at destroying squishies and DPSs that have low health. Just again, like a Winston. So if you really want to come down to it, and if you really want to play Orisa, think of her as a long-range Winston. Because I have, of course, a long-range weapon. And I do the exact same thing that Winston would do. I destroy squishies and I survive for my team when they need it. Now, there's not really much more that I can say about Orisa, although that she is fun. I will give you that. She is very, very fun. And have I played her in comp yet? No. Will I play her in comp? Yes, but I will not expect to be the only tank in comp. When you're playing if you're playing at like a higher rank like I am, a higher diamond to master rank, of course I'm not a grandmaster, but you're always going to be having a Reinhardt. You're just always. Reinhardt will be in the bronzes to the grandmasters to the top 500. He's never going away. Unless they get rid of his 2000 health shields, then we can talk about it then. So, if you learned anything from this, Orisa is another option for Winston. Orisa can be a solo tank, but again, you can do anything you really want on Overwatch. I've played with teams, against teams actually, that had 4 supports and 2 DPSs, and have lost when I had 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 2 DPSs. So don't ever underestimate Overwatch. And this is a quick note, my ult dies very quickly, as you just seen it. I placed it in an okay spot to help out my team to get more damage and to kill them quicker. But that Genji just destroyed it in pretty much one hit. So if you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section what you see next. And subscribe